Like I said above, my parents tried to give us a good life, I think. I was a child, so I didn't know all the details. My dad passed before writing a word of any of this compilation of memories. I sent him a 6-page letter, which I share later on, almost a year before I started writing my memories. We'll come back to that letter later. For now, life was good. In the early morning, I'd get up with Dad while he was getting ready for work. He would always prepare lunch, and while doing so, I would bombard him with questions of life with the minimum functioning brain cells of my barely conscious young mind. I wake up early, still to this day. Maybe this is why? When I was about 6, 1991-ish, I attended kindergarten at the only elementary school in the valley. The school housed K through 6th grades. I had a few older cousins that were in the same building. I remember one of them actually beating me up one day. I don't remember why, but I remember having to come up with a story for my black eye after telling the teacher I was going to the bathroom when I didn't. I had friends from our Mormon ward or congregation there. It was fun. I remember sitting in my box and looking through the slot at the chalkboard in Miss Kindergarten teacher's class. I had behavior issues, I guess. Or ADHD was rampant. I don't know for sure. My mom doesn't either after asking her. She did say, however, that the teacher called and told her that she had fully encased my desk with the refrigerator box and had indeed cut a hole so I could see the ceiling and the chalkboard only. I remember sitting there and counting the ceiling tiles that were visible to me while I tickled my back with the long hair from my mullet haircut. I know this may seem silly, but it bothers me why I can't remember exactly how many tiles I could count. I remember so many things from my childhood that I recall to my wife with exquisite detail. She's always blown away at the crisp, clear details I remember. I remember the teasing in the lunchroom in 1st grade because I was one of the few kids that didn't buy school lunch. That didn't really bother me most days, except pizza days. Pizza was a luxury I didn't know about until school. My parents' go-to easy meal growing up were sub-style sandwiches my dad called hoagies. They had long, wide hot dog-style buns. Then we'd dress our own with whatever condiments and cheese and meat we desired. It was what my household calls FFY, or fend for yourself. My dad was just a little more into having it be an actual structured meal instead of what my family and I currently do and turn it into a creative leftover night. We kids didn't mind at all. My parents got a break from a full-blown prepared meal from scratch. But then again, that's where our school lunches came from, leftovers from the night before. Everyone knew how broke our family was. I remember the first summer break from starting school after kindergarten. The summer warmth didn't start in this area until about early to mid-June. Ironically, the weather usually seemed to line up with what I'm learning about while studying the Hebrew calendar. June into July is where we should start seeing what the biblical calendar states to be summer. If you look at the Gregorian calendar, it claims summer will start on June 20th or 21st, depending on the year. This calendar is based on a theory of the Earth rotating around the sun. Some of you are going to get triggered here. Read the last 2 sentences again.